What's up guys, it's Josh from KeepItTechie, and today I want to do a quick video showing you guys a beautiful, secure, Arch-based distribution called Peux OS. So I was scrolling around the internet basically looking for another distribution to review, and I found one that has the XFCE desktop as the flagship desktop environment for it, and it's basically called Peux OS. And I thought this thing was super cool because it's, for one, it's Arch based, and another thing is very customized as far as the way the desktop environment looks. And I wanted to show you guys this actual distribution because I thought it looked super cool. So let's go down and go to the website for Peux OS and check it out. Okay, cool. So I'm at the website and it's Peux-OS, and I hope I'm pronouncing it right, but based on what Google stated when I put it in there and played the audio for the pronunciation for the actual word, it said Pooh, which is kind of funny because that's my oldest son's nickname. So, and then also they abbreviated as POS, and we all know what that means. That's something we said a whole lot in the military. But anyway, it's Peux-OS.netlify.app, and from what I heard, it's not on Distro Watch's page yet as a distribution. It's basically not listed yet because it's pretty new. But let's read a little bit about it. These are the features. Well, what it says right here at the top: beautiful, minimal, secure, and highly customized Arch Linux distribution. And this is how you download it. I'll show you guys that in a second, but I just want to read the features. It says customized environment. Peux OS uses customized XFCE as its default version. It also uses ButterFS as the default file system with auto snap enabled. It uses Polybar as its default panel, aiming to have a minimal desktop and yet beautiful. And then right here it says beautiful yet secure. Peux OS doesn't only look good, it is tied with apps that will help you secure your data and privacy. You can sandbox your applications, do anonymous surfing, among many other things. Oh, by the way, Fish is the default shell. And then right here it says apps and packages. Pacman is the default command line package manager. Just like any other Arch distribution, it uses Pacman in the command line, but it says along with PacMac as an alternative. And also for GUI, use PacMac Manager with Flatpak and AUR support options in its settings. So that's super cool to see that already there. So you have those different options, you know what I'm saying? And then if we scroll down a little further, I just wanted to show you, man, this thing looks very beautiful. And I've already installed it. I went through the whole process just to see what I was getting myself into, and also to make sure this thing was going to work within VirtualBox. But as you can see, it looks very beautiful. I'm definitely stealing a lot of the wallpapers from this distribution and putting them on my main system because I really like the way they look, and I haven't seen any wallpapers that look that good, you know, just searching online. But let's scroll down a little bit more. It says Peux OS comes with 3 different desktop flavors, so they do have other flavors. They have an XFCE, LXQt, and Gnome, but XFCE is the flagship. So out of these 3 versions, LXQt and XFCE are both highly configured. So Gnome is probably not messed with as much, you know what I'm saying? It says Gnome included because of its minimalist and stability. This project will improve with time. So that's super cool. Like right here, let me go back up here. It says downloads. So it actually opens up falsetorrents.com, and this is where the torrent file is located to actually download the distribution. So all you have to do is go down to the bottom and you'll find the different versions. So this is how you download them all. So they have the Gnome one, they have the LXQt one right here, and then the XFCE, which is the one I'm going to install for you guys. So let's go down and hop over to VirtualBox so we can go down and see how to install Peux OS. Okay, cool. So I'm booting up Peux OS now, the virtual machine. and basically I gave it 8 gigabytes of memory, as well as 4 processing cores, just in case it's needed. But this is the start or the grub menu. So as you can see, POS install medium, so that's what we want to boot into. And then they also have, like, you can run a memory test, you can check out the hardware information, reboot, power off. Like I said, we're going to boot into the media, and this is the live environment, so it's very simple to use. So let's wait for this thing to pop up. All right, cool. So we at the desktop for POS, and I thought this was super cool. I didn't make any adjustments to the virtual machine, or I didn't go into the OS or the live environment and change the display settings. It automatically recognized what I wanted and set the size of the display in the proper format. So I thought that was super cool. This is the first distribution I've actually seen that actually did that. But let's go on and start the process. It's very simple to start. They have a script, an install script on the desktop, and it basically opens up the Calamaris installer. So let's go on and open that up, and then we can launch. Anyway, it says untrusted application launcher, which is, they might want to fix that. I don't know if they could add that somewhere where it shows that this application launcher is safe, but whatever, we'll go down and open it up. And cool, it's a very simple installer. It's not really much that you have to do during the process, and so it's very simple. You know, it only take a second for us to actually go down and install the operating system. So I'm gonna hit next. And then one thing I thought was cool, it allows you to pick what office suite that you want. So they have Calligra, Ghostwriter, LibreOffice Fresh, as well as the stable version. And then they also have OnlyOffice and WPS Office, so you can install those during the installation. And I'll go on and install the Steel right fast, just to, you know, kind of check it out or whatever when we get into the operating system. So let's hit next here, and then it automatically recognizes where I'm located, so that's super cool. Pacific Standard Time for me. Then you go down and select your keyboard layout, so I'm gonna hit next. It's already selected to English. And then let's go to erase the disk. I have a 30 gigabyte virtual disk for this virtual machine, and then also I'll swap the file, which is super cool. And then they have the encrypt system, so you can encrypt the system if you want to. And this is the current, you know, it's an unpartitioned space, and then this is what it will look like after. So super cool. Everything will be on that one partition. And then it automatically selects the bootloader, which is SDA. That's the location. So let's go down and hit next here, and let's go down and type in our name. So I'm gonna type in Josh, and then I'm gonna type in POS. And then let's type in a super strong password. Boom, boom. And then I want to use that same password for my administrator account, which is fine. So let's type next, or hit next. And then this is the summary of what the installer is going to do. So let's go down and hit install. And I'll be back when the installation is done. And like I stated, as you can see right there, it says creating new ButterFS partition. So ButterFS is what it uses, and the default shell is fish. So let's wait for this thing to come up, you know what I'm saying, or finish installing, and I'll be back. Okay, cool. So the installation is complete. Let's go down and restart the system so we can get it up and going. But that's pretty much the whole process to install this operating system. And you could do it, you know, on your physical machine, or you could play around with this in a virtual machine as well. I don't see where you'll have any issues installing this on that distribution, especially since it has the rock solid Arch base or Arch distribution underneath this. Now let's go down and reboot. All you have to do is hit done. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have to pause the video because I'm gonna have to remove the CD because it doesn't automatically remove from the virtual machine. So let's get it. All right, cool. So we are at the login screen. I thought this was super cool, this background. That's the only reason I'm showing you guys this. But this system is actually a different VM. It's the exact same install. You know, I went through the whole process, but I wanted to show you guys this one because I went on updated this one when I was testing it out the other day. So this one has a whole bunch of, like, that's one thing I wanted to point out to you guys, that when you install this, you know, they don't update the ISO as often, you know, because it's a new distribution, and it's kind of hard, especially if it's a small team, to keep a fresh distro, especially with Orch. Orch has a lot of updates to all their packages. You know, it's a rolling release, and so you can release a ISO for your distribution, and then a month later you can have 100 package updates. So that's why I just wanted to show you guys this one, because it has all the updates. But I also wanted to show you, you know, logging into it, which is, you know, it looks funny because of VirtualBox. But let's go down and log in right fast. Let's type in our password, and it should adjust to the size of my screen. Let's just give it a second though. Okay, cool. So we logged into it. You know, this is the desktop environment. As you can see, you know, I'm grabbing all these wallpapers out here. They got some cool wallpapers, and I thought this was super cool. You know, it's got the date and the time on the desktop, so super dope. I can't remember what they actually using. It may be using Conky. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. But that's super cool that they have that on the system. So the backgrounds change, and this stays here with the date and time. So that's super cool. But let's start over at the top right. This is how you actually shut down the system. As you can see, you know, even though I updated this system like 2 days ago, it's got a bunch of updates probably. You know, with Orch, that's just dealing with Orch, you know. But anyway, if you hit the power button, it brings up the shutdown, you know, log out, restart. Super cool. And then right here is the panel on the right, which, you know, is super cool. It's got date, time here, sandbox, antivirus, Tor browser, you know, and some other settings. And let's click on the settings. I just wanted to show you that it actually brings up the settings, so you don't have to go over to the store menu, you know, and search for settings. So I thought that was super cool. You can quickly get to it from here. You can quickly open up the Tor browser, and then, you know, they have antivirus software on here, and then the sandbox area where you can install applications. So thought that was super dope, you know what I'm saying. And then right here, and then this right here is kind of switches through, and I apologize, this right here kind of switches through your application. So let's say we got the home directory open. I'm gonna open that up right fast, and let's make it small, but you basically show the desktop. So super cool, you know what I'm saying. You can minimize everything on the desktop, and, you know, you're good to go. And then also right here, these are the different desktops, so they're represented by a screen. You know how you can have multiple desktops on Linux. You can open up, you know, let's say you open that up on this desktop, and then go to the other desktop, and you have something else open, you know, over here, and then you can go back and forth. So it just kind of expands your desktop. That's one cool feature of Linux that I always like to talk about to show people. But next thing is the calendar. You can go through and click on it, and that'll show the date, and then, you know, it'll show the time by default. So they got the time and date in a whole lot of different places, so that's super cool. You probably turn some of this stuff off. And then also what I seen, as you can see right here, it's showing what's actually active, and that's Conky. So just wanted to let you guys know that that is Conky, which I need to do a video on Conky, because it's a super cool application that you can set up and show different things. You can put widgets, you know, all kind of stuff within Conky, make it look how you want to, and use those features. So super dope. And then right here is our network settings. Let's just right click on it. There we go. So that's your network settings. Right now it's using, you know, an Ethernet connection through VirtualBox. So right here is the keyboard information. Then we have the volume, you know what I'm saying, and that's the percentage that is turned up, you know, the volume. And you can go into the settings of the volume control, I believe. Well, maybe not. Okay, cool. And then this right here, I believe is for your updates. Let me click on it right fast. Yeah, it's asking for my password, so let's go and type that in right fast. Yeah, and that's your updater. It'll update the system. You know, when we got those alerts a little earlier, it talked about some updates for the system, and I didn't want to run this, but let's go on and run it just to let it update. Because one thing about Orch is pretty fast with updates, so that's another reason I like Orch distributions. You know, it's super quick with the updates, quickly downloads and then quickly installs the files and the location and update whatever application that you're looking at. And then this is crazy, man. It had 136 updates from yesterday or the day before yesterday when I last updated this system. So that's crazy. This one already has, you know, a bunch of updates, but I guess with all the applications that are most likely installed on here, you have a good amount of updates. But anyway, this is the bar where you'll show all your applications that are open. As you can see, the terminal is open, and then I clicked on here right here, and this opens up the software center, so you can go through, install whatever you want from here. Let's go to the about right fast, just show you guys what it is. It's PayMac. It says package manager with ALPM, AUR, Flatpak, and Snap support. So good to go. You can install, you know, whatever you want from here. Let's go down and close that. And then right here, I thought was super cool. This is Stancer. And I think I did a video on it a while back, but this is super cool. It's a system monitor that you can use on your system or use on Linux. You know what I'm saying? It's built for Linux, but you can, you know, see whatever you want to see about the system from here. You know, it's got CPU, it's got memory, disk space taken up, download, upload speed, you know, all that stuff, host name, platform, you know, Peux OS, kernel version, 5.11.2. So that's super cool that it has the 5.11 kernel. And then the CPU information, cores, you know, speed, all that stuff. So, and then let's go through here. You can actually turn things on, turn things off. And I'm not gonna go through here. This is the startup, you know, startup apps, system cleanup. You can do a system cleanup through Stancer. It's a lot of features in here. I may do a video on it so you guys can check it out for yourself, or you can check it out for yourself, you know what I'm saying? But I'll do a video just to show it to you guys on another system. But let's go down and close this. And it says, will the program continue to work in the system tray? And that's cool. I could leave it running in the system tray. And our updates are done. As you can see, you know, it doesn't take long. Like I was saying, it doesn't take long for Orch updates, which is very cool. And this looks like the, yes, file browser or the, and let's open this up. So open files. I just want to see what it is. Files 3.38. So there you go. That's what they have on it, and I like the theming that they put on there. That's super cool. And the default browser, let's check this out right fast, but it looks like Firefox. That's the Firefox little emblem, and yes, it is. So it's Firefox, and let's see what version of Firefox we have on this system. And let's go down to help, and then about Firefox, and it has 86. So it has version 86 installed on this version right now. So cool. And then right here is the terminal, which I thought was super cool because it automatically has a system information tool installed on here. And I'm not sure, I don't use Fish. I'm not sure if this is well, nah, I'm not sure what that is, man. But you know, I just did a video on Screen Fetch, so that's basically another tool like that. I'm not sure which one it is. It might be Screen Fetch, it might be, I don't know what it is, to be honest. But that's super cool that it's already installed. It's already in my bash or C file, so anytime I open up the terminal, you know, it'll show that, and it says welcome to Fish, the friendly interactive shell. Type help for instructions on how to use Fish. And one cool thing I like about Fish, and I'm not sure if you could do this in any other shell, but you know, it kind of gives you examples of what you're trying to type. So let's say, you know, you type the letter C, and then as you type, it kind of shows you kind of what what you're probably looking for based on what you type. So let's go on and exit this out, but that's super cool that that's there. And then if we hit the search or the start menu, it's basically a search, but this allows you to pull up all your applications, and you can search through it yourself, you know what I'm saying, go through the list of applications in here. I wish it was another way, and I wonder if it's another way to show it, but I'm not sure. But let's see what version of XFCE we have on here. And as you can see, we have 4.16, which is the latest version, so good to go. That's the version of XFCE desktop environment we got. And then we can go over to, let's see, advanced. What is this? Advanced. Oh, that's the network settings. I figured that's what it was by the logo there. But you can go in and modify the system. Let's try to find what's all on here, and it's kind of hard to go through this way. I wish there was a way to fix this. I really don't like the way that it looks, you know what I'm saying. But they have blue mail, Bluetooth tools that they have on here. Let's see, bulk renamer. That's good to see. That allows you to rename a whole bunch of files based on certain criteria you specify. Let's see what this is. Butter, and this is the butter manager. So you gotta type in your password. Let's see what this is all about. So this is similar to Gported. I think I've used this before. This is a way to actually manage your Btrfs. So that's a butter tool or Btrfs tool. So that's super cool right there that's on here. Conky, desktop. Let's see, Discord is on here, so that's super cool. Display, Electron, that's dope that's on there. Yeah, and we all know Electron is basically how applications are developed, or you could develop certain applications within Electron or using Electron. Like for instance, WhatsApp, Twitch, Teams, and basically helps with cross-platform software that you want to build. So super cool application or super cool development tool. So check that out if you guys are interested in that as well. I need to do a video on Electron as well. So, but anyway, file manager, Firefox, FireGel. I'm assuming that's a firewall tool. I never used firewall gel, but fire tools. So that's some firewall tools, and then they got firewall. That's uncomplicated firewall. That's basically the GUI version of uncomplicated firewall, so you can manage everything from there. Ghostwriter, which I think I installed that during the installation. Ghostwriter is a cool application that allows you to create markdown or write markdown or markup code or in that language. So we got hardware tools, HTOP installed, KeyWeb. Never used KeyWeb, but I'm assuming that's a password manager. LeafPad, LibreOffice, which I installed that. You guys saw that. That's the login button. LPlayer. Never used LPlayer, but let's go down and open it up. It looks like a very simple player. Okay, that's cool. It's got like an equalizer in there, and I'm assuming you could just play video or audio in it. And let's go back down in here. It says it has a mail reader, and actually let's see what that is. I think that might be Windows, I'm not sure. Oh, that's the shortcut for it. So you have to specify which one you want to be the main mail reader. It could be Blue Mail, I'm assuming. You just have to go in and set it as a default mail reader, and it will open it up. And then right here is some type of manager. I'm not sure what that is. MPV player. Oh, so that's a video player right there. And I wish I could show these applications a whole lot better, but that's super cool that they have Onion Share on here. So that's already installed, and I did a video on Onion Share a while back. It allows you to share files anonymously. So super cool application. Just check it out. People have to access it from a Tor link that it gives you. You just send the people the link, and they can, or share the link some kind of way, and then that way they can download whatever files that you're trying to share with them over the Tor network. So it's super cool that's there. Power settings. And you know what, let's just go into these settings, which I'm gonna get to that in a second right here. But they had shortwave radio. That's super cool. Stancer, that looks like token software. Terminal, termite is there as well. Thunor, time shift. I wanted to show you guys that as well. Tor browser is already installed, and then the default web browser, window manager settings, probably yeah, right there. Workspaces, X archiver, so that's your archive application, and then the terminal as well. But let's go back to these settings right fast. I just want to, you know, kind of go through it. This is the normal XFCE settings, so you can go through and change the appearance. I wonder if it's a way to change the kind of start menu right here, because I really don't like the way it looks, but it's fine. Let's go to window manager tweaks. But that's where you could tweak, you know, the window manager, you know, file manager settings, XFCE terminal settings. You could basically change all the settings of the system, you know what I'm saying? Change the display, power management, mouse, you know, keyboard, all that good stuff can be changed within the settings. So super cool that it allows you to do that. Well, I mean, that's any XFCE desktop, you know what I'm saying? It has those settings built into it. But let's see if I could change this thing some kind of way. I'm not gonna mess with it. Well, that's pretty much all I wanted to show you guys, man. I don't know if you guys saw the background change, but that was super cool that, you know, it's set to where it changes the background, I guess every 10 minutes or so, which is, you know, super cool. I mean, some people like that type of feature, you know what I'm saying? I really don't like it. I kind of like a static background, but a lot of the backgrounds that are included in here are super cool. So you can try to get them, you know what I'm saying, download them out of here, you know, and put them on your system. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope this shows you what Peux OS is all about, or POS, if you would, however you want to call it. But it's very interesting and new, and I really like the way it looks, you know what I'm saying? It's a new distribution, you know, so if you guys are interested in it, check it out. You know, it's an Arch-based distribution, so you don't have to worry about going through the Arch install. You know, it has that Calamaris installer that'll quickly install the operating system for you, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to really worry about it. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, leave comments down in the comment boxes below, and of course, keep it techie.